Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm getting ready to get this shared over onto the other page. So as you're joining, jump in and tell me who is joining with me. Sorry, there's a little shadow, I guess, because of my arm. Get this where we can see it. Thanks for joining, everybody. I've got some fun stuff. Hi, Lynn. Hi, and Linda. Nice. I'm getting ready to share this over to the group page. Let me see here. Oh, it won't let me do that. Well, if you guys would share, that would be awesome. Hi, Marcia, Nancy. Thanks for joining. Look at all those papers that you see. They're going to be 15% off, which is an amazing deal. And I just wanted to share a little bit of some, let's see, what am I doing tonight? You know what? I'm not using any paper tonight. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Goodness gracious. Anyway, thanks for joining. You're joining Stamp with Barb. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for jumping in. And also, excuse me. Hi, Deborah. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe so you'll get notices when I do upload things onto the YouTube channel. It's just Barb Writer. You can go there and check this out. That'll be uploaded probably by tomorrow. It takes a little while to upload on YouTube. So I'm learning all kinds of things, you guys. Well, as everybody's joining, it always takes a few minutes for everybody to jump on and join in. But here are the papers that are on sale. I love the papers this year in the catalog, you guys. I've used quite a few. There's a few of them I don't have. So guess who's going to take advantage of that? That would be me. And if there's any that you are interested in, please let me know. And I will look forward to talking with you more about that. Well, we have quite a few on, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've got a few things to share tonight. One of them, well, actually, I've got 3 cards. So I'm going to go ahead and move the paper out of the way. But yes, this is all month. The sale is all month, and you can take advantage of that. I'm looking at the screen, and I see that... Yay, Jackie, your computer's working. I'm watching, myself when I put this up so I can see your comments. I don't have any rings on, and I don't have any nail polish on. Crazy stuff when you're stamping. Yeah, you're always stamping at home. But when you're working from home, hi, Kim. Nice to see you. When you're working from home, it's funny how things change. And, not putting on jewelry and doing nail polish all the time, that seems to be one of them. So anyway, I am going to jump right in. One of the fun things we're going to do tonight is we are going to stamp with the triangle. It's called Triangle. I mentioned this. This is actually my October card club. This stamp set right here. We're going to be using this. There's also dies that go with it, and these are in the annual catalog. This stamp set is in the August to December mini catalog, and we're going to be using that. But this is my featured card club this month. I had shared a little bit on the cards, and the event is up now. One thing I do want to share, though, really quick is this one card that we're going to do. And the slimline cards are just kind of the cool thing now. But this one actually opens, and then you have this inside, which I think is so cool. But that'll be one of the great projects that we'll have in the card kit. If you go, like I said, on the website, you can look at the events and you can see what's in there. Is all the DSP on sale, Marcia? Not all of it. There's quite a few. If there's a certain packet that you like, let me know and I can tell you, but there's a lot of it that is on sale for this month for 15% off. Okay. We're also going to use the Itty Bitty Christmas, and I don't know if any of you took advantage of that during the 15% off one-day stamp sale, but this was one of them that was on there, which was a great thing. All right, let me get the stuff here. Now, what I want to show you is a couple cards that will, where you can maximize when you do your dies. Okay, so rectangle stitch dies, I also use these, and I use this larger one here. This is an awesome die set. If you don't have it, you need it. This, what I did here is I have pre-done the cut and emboss stuff, because I know if you're a new stamper, let me tell you more about it. Contact me. I'd love to share with you and show you some of these things in person or virtually. We can do a virtual. You know, Facebook has these virtual rooms that you can use, which I think is great. So we could do it that way. Lots of ways we can do things, guys, these days. Anyway, I use this. This is Sahara Sand. I cut this out. And then I saved my outer piece, okay? And I'll show you. I'm going to do a second card with that one. So I'll show you that in a moment. All right, so what we're going to do here is I have pre-cut a bunch of triangles of from the dies from here, okay? And we are going to create this fun little card. Now, this reminds me of a country Christmas. And I don't know if you guys have seen kind of the trend. Hi, Taryn. The country stuff seems to be coming back a little bit. So that's kind of fun. Let's see here. So what we're going to do, let me get my stamp out of the way. We are going to be using, actually, we're not going to be using any of the stamps. We're going to just be using these little guys. So let me get my adhesive. I'm going to need my dimensionals. Does anybody, I know some demonstrators are watching me. Does any of the demonstrators out there, do you guys have this triangle dies? Let me know. I want to hear what you have to say about it. So what I've done, this is all triangles, you guys. So these are going to be the bottoms. There's a tree. I have used the Heartwarm Hugs. This is one of them that is going to be on here. It's called Heartwarming Hug Designer Paper. Right here. This is the one that we're going to be using tonight. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to use this piece and we're going to build our trees. But I'm actually going to lay it on here because I want to make sure that I am putting things where I want them. So I'm going to kind of center this. I'm not going to tack it down yet, okay? So I am going to start out over here, and this is going to be my tree base. All right. So let me get my little silicone mat. Gotta have that silicone mat. You don't have them yet, Nancy? Okay. Just curious, because I tell you, the more I've played with them, they are really fun. All right, so let's see. My tree base is going to go about right here. And we're going to put this green tree. We're actually going to put this right here. And I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals because I know I want this one popped up. All right, so couple little guys there, and of course the little tiny one goes here. Now I see on my computer screen that it's paused for some reason, but it looks like everything's still happening just fine through the phone, which that's bizarre to me because you know what, I've actually hooked right up into our landline. I'm hooked right up to the whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it. You guys know what I mean, don't you? where I'm directly into the wall. So I don't know. I don't know why it was spinning on my computer. Yeah, I can see it's fine. I can see that it's fine on my phone, which is great. Okay, so I'm gonna use a little bit of adhesive on the bottom. Then I'm gonna take a dimensional. Hello. Yes, hardwired. Thank you, Nancy. That is what I am. I'm hardwired. And I don't know why it would cause my laptop to do that. But anyway, we're going to make this little tree. So there's two ways to do this. You can start up here and come all the way down until it matches. But I like it to stick out on the side a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So we are going to, I want to make sure my tree's kind of straight. I feel like I'm getting off here. Sometimes when when I'm doing this live, I feel like I get crooked on everything. But anyway. All right, so there we go. Enough of that chatting there. Let's get our card made because it's really not hard. Once you have all your pieces out, it is super easy to make this card. Let's see. I need some more of the tiny dimensionals here because that's going to get popped up, and I'm just going to use the adhesive on the bottom. All right. Whoops. Take off my little paper here. I'm going to be brave. Let's see, Linda, I finally gotten to see it clearly on the laptop the last 2 weeks instead of watching it on the phone. Well, that's great because now you have a bigger picture, right? That's awesome. Okay. Oops, I pulled that, got that. There we go. Okay. One tree down. All right, the next one is actually going to be a little bit behind that one, and I should be okay. I'm hoping I'm okay. All right, put my dimensionals up there, and we're going to use another triangle that I already cut for the base. And so what I'm going to do, this little guy is going to go next. And so let me, so when you're doing this, you kind of want to do some placing at first and see what you think, you know? So let's see here. Yeah, that looks like it's going to work just fine. Okay, so let me put my little buddy over here. Gosh, I don't want to get too high though, because see, I don't want to go off of my card up there. So this one's going to be flat. Here's the other side of the paper. Okay, but we're going to stick with all the greens. So we're going to put this guy here. Bring him down just like that. And just like that. Oh, is Hetty on here? I don't see her. That's awesome if she's on here. I'm glad that you're here, Hetty, and watching some of our little crafting going on. Bill, I've mentioned before, my husband, Bill, has had his little foot surgery. It's doing great. But because it's hard for him to get anything except sweatpants on over where they have put the covering for his foot and everything, we haven't been at church. And so kind of missing going to church for sure. All right, there we are. So the next one is coming right up. However, before I put the next one on, I'm going to go ahead and be brave, and I'm going to stamp. And let me see what I did with those stamps right here. So I am going to use the Thinking of You at Christmas from the Itty Bitty Christmas. And we are going to use the Mossy Meadow because those are the colors that are in here. Mossy Meadow, and I believe, I don't know if it's Old Olive or Pear Pizzazz. I'll have to take a look on in there, but I don't know. All right, so we are going to do Thinking of You at Christmas. And so what I'm going to do is bring this a little closer to me, and that's just going to go right here on the top. And you just need to make sure your surface is flat. Okay, there we go. Let's hope yay, it worked. Okay. All right, and then let's see here. What's the inside? That's for my next one. Okay. So let's just finish putting this card together. This is just a very simple card, and it really reminds me of a country Christmas, you know? All right, let's see. Let's get this where I want to put this guy. Okay, so he's going to come down here and way down here. This one is our little stubby guy. Okay, and here's the polka dots, and this is what's on the other side. This is really nice paper. If you like the kind of the traditional the country kind of green and red colors, this is what you want. It is heartwarming hugs. All right, I did it. I'm not off of the card. Yay! All right, and next is all triangles. Here we go, right there. And the last one is my treetop. I think the trickiest part about this card is making sure you don't put your adhesive on the wrong side, right? There it is. Okay. So now I'm ready to put this little guy on, and we are going to do this flat and just do it like that. And I think sometimes we forget about using Sahara sand. It is really a good neutral color when you don't want a stark white or stark vanilla. But look at that. Isn't that cute? There is one Christmas card idea. And again, we're going to be featuring this the triangles in the October Card Club. So check that out. So there's an idea. All right, there is one. So the second card I'm going to do is also using that cutout. Remember I said I saved my cutout? So here it is. And so I am going to use some different designer paper. Now this paper is, let me see the name of it. I love having this here. This is the Toile Tidings Designer Series paper, and you guys, this is $9.78 is what it comes out to purchase it on this sale. Thank you guys. I love the hearts and likes. I appreciate that. So when you're, you know, kind of creating something, think about, okay, how can I maximize what I have? So anyway, that's what I've done here using the designer paper Toile Tidings. And this is traditional garden green and real red. That's what this paper is. So here is one side in the garden green, and then here is the real red on the other side. Now, I've also used the, I don't know if you guys realize, let me see here, let me get it really quick. It's hard to, oh, it's in the annual catalog. Let me get the page I want to show you. It's in the annual catalog, and I think it's one of those things that people don't realize it's there because it's really difficult to see it. So I'm going to pull the catalog here. So right here, the Color Velveteen Paper Pack. It comes in Cinnamon Cider, Highland Heather, and Soft Seafoam. And you don't realize it, that it's velvet until, you know, you see it in person. I think that's the great thing. So I am using the Soft Seafoam Velveteen paper, and I don't know if you can tell that that's a little bit fuzzy. Can you hear it? Anyway, it's nice. It's nice. It's a nice touch. So we're going to be using that. Let's do our stamping before I put it together. So I've got a piece of vanilla. I'm using the Peace and Happiness out of the Itty Bitty Christmas. And we're going to use Garden Green. And take this and just ink this up. Making sure I'm not all crazy. Well, it is kind of crazy, so hang on a second here. I gotta stamp this off. Well, I guess it looks all right. Okay, we're gonna do it again. All right, tap, tap, making sure it's covered. Okay, we are going to stamp this little guy here, and I gotta get my head in here. Hopefully I'm not gonna be in your way. But let's see here. I'm going to stamp that kind of in the middle, I think. Oh, I don't. Two sides to that paper, right? Okay, I got to get my head more over here, guys. So there we go. Okay, they worked. There we go. All right, so garden green, that's the color we're using here. We are also going to be using, oh, wouldn't you know, I don't know the name of this punch. I should have wrote it down and I did not. But anyway, we're going to use this punch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both pieces. I've got a piece of Sahara sand. I'm going to lay it down where this is right in the middle, and I'm going to put it to the edge. See what I'm doing there? Okay. So we're going to take this. I'm going to use this part right here that sticks out a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to push that in there, keeping those together just like that. Now I'm going to turn it over because I want to make sure that it's actually centered. So it is, and punch. All right, there we go. Now, I want this to look like it's layered. So what you're going to do is you're just going to pull this back just like that. Okay, just going to pull that back. That puts your centering together. So let me put these pieces together with my adhesive. Lovely labels. Thank you, Nancy. All right. So I know it's upside down probably in the camera, but I'm just putting it on here so I get it straight. Oh, and I did stamp it a little crooked, but that's okay. It's homemade. Right, girls? Okay, so my stamping part is done. So now what I'm going to do is the silicone mat. I can't tell you guys the importance of having this. So I'm going to take my stitched frame here, and then here's the part, seeing which way's I think this is the front. Anyway, whichever way, but yeah, this is the back. So I am going to take my adhesive and go along my, now that I kept getting my fingers all stuck when I was doing my prototype, you know. But as long as it's on your paper, that's what counts, right? All right, so now another thing to do instead of getting stuck everywhere. Yes, we have those mats, Linda. I think they're $6 and they're called silicone mats. I don't know what page they're on though. I'm sorry. You had to sell coffee table for my daughter. Oh, okay. All right. So I've got adhesive all on the back side of my frame. I'm going to take this, and actually I'm going to take it like this because this is what I want to do. What I'm going to do, and I want to make sure which is up and down, what I want for my up and down. Let's see. I think I want it this way. All right. So now I'm just, because I've cut this out the same size as this frame, I'm going to take this, match it up at the corners and the edge, and put this together. Put this right on top of my designer paper. Okay. Now you can cut your designer paper a little bit smaller. It was just, I didn't want to get too small. I didn't want to take a chance. So there, it's all together. Okay. Now, if you do have some of these, see, that worked out. I don't have a bunch. I don't have a bunch of glue. But what I do have is little teeny strips here. So I need to cut those off before I finish my card. So all I'm going to do is just take my snips and just go right on the edge and get that little piece off. Because that is not what I want. But sometimes you just can't help it, you know. You just cut and you're just a sliver off. But this works. Good old manual cutting instead of a cutting, a cutter. All right. Nancy, I love you. I can't give you a heart, but I love you. I appreciate your help, dear. All right. So I'm going to get my little fuzzies out of the way. All right. I think I'm ready to put this together. Okay. We are going to put this down flat. So the adhesive goes on my red side. Just like that. And just like that. Okay, so this is my front, and I think I need it like this. And golly molly, I think I still see slivers on the side. See, when I put it down, I see slivers on the side. I got to take those off. I don't like that. I must have missed this side. Okay, sorry that there's some silence. Okay, this goes in the middle. Oh. We're just going to keep going here, girls, because, or guys, or whoever's watching me, if you're watching the replay, this is live and real. And to be honest, I haven't learned how to edit, so it'll be on my YouTube and in the live that's saved in the videos. Okay, I did it. Finally. All right, there we are. The next thing that we're going to do is just put the rest of our pieces together. So I've got this, and what I want to do is I'm going to put this over to the edge, but I don't want all this white space. So what I'm going to do is just bring this over kind of where I want it to be. Make sure it's straight. And I'm just going to make a little mark so I know where to cut it, so that it's going to be right on my edge, just like that. And that's going to come right over here. Okay. I actually wanted to be a little closer here, but that's okay. All right, now we're ready to put our tree together. So I've got this little tiny triangle, but it's awesome for my tree stump, or whatever you call it. The tree stump. That's right, tree stump. Anyway, that's going to get glued right there, just at the very bottom, just like that. Okay, and then we're just going to use some dimensionals, and we're going to put this together. And I think I'm just going to go right up here as close as I can. There we go. You know what? I think I might take a little one and put it right on that triangle, just because I can. You can't live without those dimensionals. All right. So don't forget that if you comment or share, you will go into the drawing for free stuff. So make sure to share this, and because I can see, it gives me information on who shares and that kind of thing, so I'll be able to see if you did share, which will be awesome. So let's see, this goes, I want this like right, I think I want it right at the edge there. We're going to come over a little bit more. We're almost done. I mean, this is it. That's it, guys. There's that. I am going to pop this up too. Need those dimensionals here. Got 3 on this one. And, excuse me. All right. This is going to just go right here. Peace and happiness. Peace and happiness. I chose that one because that's what it looks like. You know, it just looks peaceful. Just like that. And the last thing is I have a piece of linen thread, and I am doubling that linen thread. Okay. Cut that in half, and I am going to tie a bow. And of course, you can bling this up if you wanted to. I chose not to because, like I had said before, it makes me think of country Christmas, and that's what I wanted. So I'm going to take my little mini glue dots here, and I like to just take this and put it right on the glue dot, push that down, and then it stays on there. And that is going to be the top of my tree instead of a star. Come on there. All right, just going to go just like that. I do think I'm going to give a little snip on the thread. It's just a tad long. And that's always your preference. Some people like to have the really long pieces and some don't. But there is the second card. And so you use this piece. And what did I do with my other card? All right, just like that. So I'm going to put these aside. I'll bring them back at the end so you can see them again. But we're gonna do another card. We're gonna do one more with a little bit of sponging technique. But whoops, I see that those are kind of high. Sorry about that. Let me pull them down here a little bit so you can see them. There we go. All right. Yeah, they're super easy. It's just cutting, you know, those triangles out. And if you don't have the stitch dies, hey, triangles are easy to cut. That is for sure. Okay, so I'm going to move these guys out of the way and get these little snips. And so, what do you guys think? Was that pretty easy? Does it look like a country kind of look to you? Tell me what you think. Second card is very pretty. Oh, that's good. Yeah, they're very different. One is kind of classier and one is more cute. Bring them down here where you can see them. Yeah, but thank you. I appreciate your comments. Okay, so our next card, like I said, we're going to make a slimline card, you guys. We're going to use some Whisper White. And this is 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. My base is 3 1/2. I've already pre-scored it. It's 3 1/2 by 8 1/2. And we're going to use the So Saffron on the inside. And the stamps that we're going to use for this one, getting really close to the camera here, is Mini Mates. So it's got all kinds of sayings. This also can come in a bundle, and it has these great dies, which I have yet to play much with. I've done a little bit, but these are some really cool ones here. I just haven't played with them. You know how it is. Too many things, too many toys to play with. Got to throw some back in the toy box for a while and then pull them out when I need something new, right? Celebrate Sunflowers. This is another stamp set that I really, really love. We're going to be using those. But first, we are going to do some sponging. So let me move that out of the way. So when you're doing this technique, you just have to remember that you have different options. We have the sponge brayer, and I am telling you, I know that I have one of those, but I could not find it for the life of me, and I don't know. So I went back to old school, which is sponges, and I cut them in like 4 to 6 pieces. They come in a round, and I cut them in 4 to 6 pieces. We also have our sponge daubers, and they've been around forever too. So I'm going to show you using both of them. What we're going to do is we're going to change this card completely, piece of cardstock. So I am going to pull in the Bumblebee. Is that what I want first? Yeah, we're going to take the Bumblebee, open this up, and I'm just going to start sponging, okay? So what I want to show you is I'm going to take the dauber. I'm going to show you the difference. So when you ink up a dauber, it's going to have lots of ink on there. I don't think you can see it up there where I did it. Anyway, but see how dark that is? But for this, so you want to start off, and you're just going to glide across. Now you can see a little bit where the dauber, you know, kind of hits, I guess would be the right word. Okay. So I wanted to show you how that dauber worked. Now I'm going to take the sponge and I'm going to ink that up. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing. To me, you get a whole different kind of look here. See that? Sorry if the camera bounces a little, but I don't know how else to do it. There. So I kind of like using the sponge wedges better. Okay, there we go. That's Bumblebee. We're going to use all yellows. Close that back up. All right, the next one we're going to use is Mango Melody. Now, I don't know if you guys realize this, but there's another way you can open these, the new cases, okay? You can lift it just like that, or you can take your thumbs and you can take both hands and just push it. And then that releases it. Sometimes if you push forward, hopefully I'm still in the camera, sometimes it will pop open like that. So if it's hard for you to get it open the other way, try that. Hopefully that will be an easier way for you. But this is Mango Melody, and again, we're going to use that sponge. Now you can see this one doesn't have a paper at the top, so I like to punch a piece of the matching cardstock, staple that to the wedge, and that way I know what color I have. But I didn't have a Mango Melody yet, so I'm going to have to do that afterwards, after I get done here. I just didn't do it last night when I was preparing. Yeah, Tara and I agreed. There's no such thing as too many stamp toys. All right, Mango Melody. This just gives a little bit of an orange hue, so that's why I want to use this one. You can see that as I kind of go up there. See that? It's giving it a little more of an orange in there, kind of that mango. All right, there's that. And the next color, I'm going to put my sponges back where I had them so I know what's what. There we go. All right. I think I'm done with those actually. All right, so Saffron is my next yellow. So this is all going to be yellows because we're going to use the sunflower. Okay, see how that's working, guys? And always when you're using sponges, you always want to do less because you can always add more color. So you want to make sure that you're not getting too much, you know, more than you really want. So just be aware of that when you're doing this sponge technique, whether it's with the brayer or whether it is, you know, using the sponges and the daubers. Okay, there is my Saffron. And the last one is Daffodil Delight, which I might have wanted to do that one next. I might have just did this backwards, but that's okay. There we go. No, I guess that's really kind of what I wanted. So the idea is just really to cover up this white. So I have changed the whole look of this paper. And this is, my goal was to try to create somewhat of an ombre, kind of an ombre look here. And once you've got that done, you can see if you need to go back. I think I want to go back and do a little bit more of the saffron. But there's all kinds of different ways to use your sponges. Sponges were one of the first tools that I used, and Kim can attest to this. She was with me for a long time ago. You guys, I'll be celebrating 20 years as a demonstrator coming up in November. Can you believe that? And I know some of you guys have been with me for almost that long, so okay, yeah, that's a little more of what I wanted in there, giving that. Like I said, you can always go back and make it darker. You can't make it lighter. So that's what I want. All right, so we have a beautiful kind of graduating color here. Okay, and let me get my scissors out of the way. So there's that. Next, we're going to use soft suede, and we are going to stamp some sunflowers. Okay. We are going to, again, when you're using a big stamp, you take the ink and you go to the stamp. Just like that. This is soft suede. And if you're not using something, make sure that you're using a mat. It'll just give you a better press. And so the first one is going to go just like this. And just make sure that you're pressing down. Oops, I bounced you guys around there. Sorry about that. I know, Kim. There's the first one. Ooh, that's so pretty. All right. Ink this up again. You want full strength. You want full strength on this ink. All right. And the next one, what do I want? Let's see here. Let's go this way on this one. Hopefully I won't jiggle you too much this time. Okay, beautiful. And I just have an automatic closing tendency to just close this every time I set it down. I don't know. I will tell you that one time I had a class, an in-person home party, and back in the day when I did like, sometimes I was doing 2 or 3 a week, which was awesome. Anyway, I went to a class, and this poor girl, she put her arm right in the black. It was crazy, but we all got a good laugh, and she was a good sport. But anyway, I guess I just always am conscious of that. Okay, there we go. I've got 3 of the sunflowers, and they all look different. Can you guys see that? Because they're in the different colors. Check that out. All right, I'm just gonna clean this a little bit with my chamois here. There we go. And next, we are going to do our saying, and where might I have that? Over here. Here we are. And so I am also going to use this punch. And I'm afraid if I sit it there, it's going to be glaring that light. So let me just see what the name of it is. And you guys know that we have a gazillion punches in the catalog here, but it's called Label Me Fancy. It's got this nice little 2 sides. One does the 1/8 of it, 1/16 punch, I think, or 1/8 maybe, and then this long one for ribbon, which is really cool. But I'm going to just use some Whisper White and get my scrap here. And what I did find, actually this is still even a little bit bigger, but what I found is that if you cut your strip and then slide that in, you won't hit the sides, and you won't get those little pieces punched out, because really you just throw them out if you're not, if you're not going to use them for anything. But we're going to punch that. And then a trick that I like to do is I'll take the same punch, 2001. Yeah, so you started it. I thought you had been in it as long as I had, Nancy. So I'm going to take the soft suede and punch another one. But this is one of the tricks that I like to use a lot, is oops, sorry about that. I just hit the camera, girls. But what I like to do is take this piece and just cut it right in half, okay? Just take your scissors and just eyeball it and cut it right in half. Okay, we're going to use that as our back layer. All right. So before I put that together, I got to stamp, or I'm going to be probably in trouble. So this is going to be a get well soon. You need something bright and cheery for somebody that's not feeling well. You want them to feel bright and cheery. So get well soon, and that's going to get stamped right in the middle of my tag. Just like that, and it looks straight. Hallelujah, right? Okay, there is soft suede. We are done with soft suede. No, we are not done with soft suede. Excuse me. I'm going to use this little stamp that is also in the sunflowers, and I'm going to use soft suede to make some inside. This is for the inside of my card. So let's see. Let's do sunflower here. Ink that up again. And let's do one right there, just so we've got something pretty. And there we are. Now I am done with the soft suede. I am positive. just like that. All right, now I am going to choose the mango sponge, and I'm just going to sponge. Now this is old school. I'm going to leave a little bit of white, and then I'm going to go in with the So Saffron and just do those so that it's a different tone on there, just like that. But what I'm doing is just taking the sponge and doing right at the side of the, of the cardstock. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of yellow in that white, because there's lots of ink still on here. And it just tones that down, that white down. So there's that. And then now we're ready to put this together. Pull that silicone mat in here again. And what I'm going to do actually is just go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of my tag, or the white piece that I did. Then I'm going to, I don't know if you can see that, I think you can, but I'm going to line this up so that I have a little bit of an edge, and then it looks like that I have a nice background. Whoop, make sure you get it straight. Yeah. Okay, and then, oh, look at, that's how sticky that is. It's stuck to my finger. All right, take the other half. I'm gonna come over here on the white, I guess, so you can see a little better. Might be too high. Excuse me. Here we are. We got a spot. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this, and again, I'm just gonna bring this and kind of layer it in and make sure that I've got it pretty even. And there we are. We've got a layered sentiment using one stamp set. And this is actually just going to go right in here, just up here in this beautiful area right there. And before I do that, I'm going to take a little bit of ribbon. And what do I want to do? I don't want to cover that up. I think I'm just going to take this and kind of do that. And then we're going to put some adhesive on the back here again. And take this piece, put it on the back, just to have a little bit coming out of the sentiment. And then we need some dimensionals. And let's see here, we'll do that. And there we go. Okay, we're almost done. How many of you have used the sponges? How many of you like using the sponges to add that little bit of dimension there? I think I'm going to come right here with that. There we go. Okay, we're ready to put the card together. So this is my inside piece. And again, this is just cut down so that it is just about 1/4 inch smaller. Actually, I think it's a little bit less than that. I think this piece is 3 by 8. So that's going to go in the inside, just like that. And on the top, we are going to put this beautiful, colorful Get Well Soon. Just like that. Okay. I think I'll go one in the middle there, because it's a long piece of cardstock. Yeah, Kim, they're an easy tool that will give you some dimension for sure. All right, this is just going to go right on the front, just like that. And there you go. Now, again, you could put bling on there if you wanted to, but one of the things that I like to do is like those dot spritz. It's like spritzing. And so I am going to take one of our blends, and this one is bronze. Okay. And the way that you do this, you may have seen me do this before, is, let me get my bone folder and get this flattened out a little bit. Just push this down so that it really creases this card and holds it down a little better for me. There we go. But what I'm going to do is take this and I'm just going to flick on the side of my lid. Okay, I want to make sure I'm in the screen here so you can see these speckles happen. Okay, there we go. All right, and so what you do is you just take this and you just do a little flick. Okay, can you see the flicks happening? And you put as much or as little, and you don't have to do it very hard. It really comes out nice. And there we go. And it dries super fast because it's alcohol markers. So can you see those flicks on there? Yeah, you can see them. Anyway, that just kind of gives it that whole kind of country feel, I think. But I love, look at the difference in the sunflowers in this more orange to graduating to light. It's beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, excuse me. So one of the things that you ladies should do, like I said, is if you're watching the replay, I appreciate you stopping by and watching it. I do go a week at a time to see who shares and comments for the week, and then you go into a drawing. And the person that that wins, well, for next week, we'll have a different prize. For the ones for this week, I will tell you that I'm not able to spin the wheel today. I'm the way I'm set up, I'm not able to do it. I do want to show you some more samples though. If you hadn't seen these samples before, let me just move some of this out of the way and show you these beautiful sunflower samples. I have a lot more, but they're in the little packages. But this is using the sunflower dyes, and the copper foil, and this is Early Espresso and Cajun Craze. And see, you can see the little flecking that I did on here. But look at this. This is a really cool card. It's using the Designer Series paper along with the crumb cake cardstock. There's that one. This one is called, oh, let's see, it's not called anything. It's just using, let's see, can you see the Wink of Stella on there? I don't know. I can't tell until I see it up on the main screen. But this one uses the ribbon that we use. This is the Bumblebee Gingham. It's in the catalog with cinnamon cider and bumblebee inks. This is one where it's just stamped right on the bumblebee and using the in color again with the cinnamon cider. And this is using the blends to color this in. But that's a cute card. Easy card. Look at that one colored with the blends. And this one here, and I don't know, I don't know if I showed this one on a live at one point or not, but anyway, this is using the sunflower, and I made 2 cards with this. So this was cut in half and used another card with the same kind of idea. So there's that, those samples. And let me see here. I'm going to show a couple of these again where it's not a sponging technique, but it is a little bit different, and I want to show these. Look at this card. This card is super simple, using a couple rectangle dies, like I had used earlier on the other card. The bumblebee ribbon, and just stamping right on top of these 3 colors. Isn't that pretty? This is Just Jade, Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider. Okay. And then there's the inside simple. This one I had shared in a live, and this is stamping with the Misty Moonlight and using our white craft ink with a blender pen and really pulling those highlights in there. I just wanted to show that. This card is beautiful. I had to show it again. Love it, love it, love it. And then this one is just gorgeous. This is taking the dies and using 2 of the sunflower dies with the, this is Daffodil Delight ribbon that we have, Roast ribbon, I think it's called. And then again, Celebrate You, running this piece here through the folder. This is just a gorgeous card. But I wanted to share a couple more of those sunflower ideas. That set is, if you don't have that one, I guess you have to love sunflowers if you, and with that, to get that set, but I do, and so yeah, that's that's why I have that set for sure. So the person that I draw, spin the wheel, again, I'm not set up, I can't do this, the spin the wheel tonight, I'm really sorry, but let me pull the cards back in here. Okay, this is the one I had done as my prototype. There's this one. And this one here. So these are the 3 cards that we did tonight. Get them so that you can have a nice photo of those. Let me just do this. How's that? There we go. All right. So here's the deal. The winner, I'm going to spin the wheel next week, and we're going to have 2 winners, okay? The winner of tonight, for tonight, so the people that shared from today through last video, through the last video, that shared and commented, you're going to go into a drawing, and you will get a 6x6 quarter package of designer papers. It will be a variety, so that's a great way to try some of it out, but that will be what we're going to draw for. So just think about that. I'm actually going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the 2 people that we'll do for next week will get beautiful designer paper and a set of the cards. Okay, so make sure you share this and share the love and tell people about my channel. If there's anything I can help with, you guys need help with ordering online. I know that there's a different way that they're doing things with the website's a little different if you've used it much when they updated it. It's really nice, actually. So just let me know. That's what I wanted to say. I appreciate everybody being here with me, and I hope that you learned something new tonight. I hope something popped out at you. Tell me the things that you'd like to see. Make sure to tell me if there's a technique that you want to see. I'd love to know that, and I can be prepared and share that with you. But you guys have a great night, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.